I'm Adam.
I'm ReAnna.
And welcome to the Mom and Dad Cuss a Little podcast, where we share our particular outlook on parenting and marriage without all the sugarcoating.
It's a very grim outlook, y'all.
So, how are you doing?
I'm tired.
It's kind of been that way the last couple of days.
I saw this thing on like Facebook or Pinterest or something that said, "I'm not a morning bird. I'm not a early bird. I'm not a night owl. I'm some form of constantly. I'll get it out here in a minute." It said, "I'm not an early bird. I'm not a night owl. I am some form of permanently exhausted pigeon." And that I felt that like in my soul.
So you feel like a pigeon?
Permanently exhausted pigeon.
Permanently exhausted pigeon.
Like the ones that don't even give a fuck if you're about to hit them in the road. They're just like, sure, do it.
Yeah, I have no sympathy for a bird that gets hit by a car. I'm sorry. You have wings. Fly.
That's about the state that I'm at, though. Like, okay, I don't care. Hit me with a car. I've got good insurance.
Hit me with your best shot, car.
Hit me
Do
with
your worst.
pet shark.
It's not a pet shark.
Pretty sure she says pet shark.
She does not say pet shark.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Pretty sure it's pet shark.
Oh, you're terrible. Somewhere. Okay, everybody out there to understand the terribleness of ReAnna's understanding of song lyrics, send us an email so we can forward them to her dad for destroying her understanding of song lyrics.
What's that Bon Jovi one? Lemon on a Pear?
No.
Yes.
It is not Lemon on a Pear.
Halfway there. Lemon on a pear. That's pretty much how it goes.
Is that like the B-side to the lime and the coconut song?
Hey.
Lime and a coconut, lemon on a pear.
Yeah.
You know,
Lemon on a pear.
yeah. I married this, guys.
Willingly.
So, see, I'm gonna say I'm tired.
You're always tired.
I'm always tired. I work nights, so I'm always tired. I have an excuse to always be tired.
You chose to work.
You
nights.
exist on normal human hours. You work basically a 9-to-5 job.
Essentially.
It's like 8:30 to 4:30, but you work a 9-to-5 job.
8 to 4:30.
8 to 4:30.
Get there early.
Because you have a 30-minute break.
Yeah.
But
Union mandated lunch.
For all matter of speaking, you work a 9-to-5 job.
Mm.
You know, I work a 6 to what's dawn job.
Your working hours are 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. I usually don't
somewhere
expect
in
you
that.
home before that.
Yeah, it's like I get home just in time to fall asleep right before my alarm goes off. But I'm attributing my extra sleepiness lately to it's cooler out now. It's
cooler? It's fucking cold. It gets to like 40 overnight. Fahrenheit, for those of you who...
Yeah. Because we're incredibly popular overseas. I'm gonna say it like maybe it's just our sense of humor. We do much better in Australia and England than everywhere else.
No, yeah, it gets to like 40 Fahrenheit, which I know most of you are going, oh, that's not bad. Screw you, it's cold.
It's the fucking desert, okay?
We're used to 100 and something, like 120 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer.
Yeah, it's like a 70, 80 degree drop from our summer temperatures.
Fucking cold. And then this shit over here fucking steals the blankets all goddamn night long. It sucks.
I'm sorry, the one who steals the blankets is not in here. He's in his bed now, thank you.
For the time being.
Yeah. Maybe.
Speaking of it being cold, I still have to finish this bowl of ice cream, so how are you?
Cold. Because, again,
ice cream?
You ate it all.
There's still some in here.
In your bowl? No, thanks. I don't need your half-melted ice cream.
It's bunny tracks.
It's bunny tracks because we can't get, Bluebell and get... I don't even know if Bluebell makes like a Moose Tracks type thing.
Not right now.
No. But no, I just... I don't know, because it's coming. I mean, it's still autumn. It's beginning of December, so it's not winter yet. Your cat is stealing my cat's food.
Oh well. Survival of the fittest.
He's not the fit one. He's the fat one.
Survival of the fattest.
Survival of the fattest. That's completely counterintuitive, I guess.
Counter-Darwinism.
Counter-Darwinism.
See,
Survival.
He's on the counter.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh damn. That was awful.
It was pretty good. That's why I said it.
There you go thinking. Oh god, that was terrible.
It's counter-Darwinism.
Counter Toby. Anyway, but yeah, because it's cooler out, so it's like it just drains you, you know?
You know?
You know? Don't you know?
Yeah,
because
it's
I work
really
at night,
funny.
so I'm like out when it's like 30, 40 degrees. You're curled up in bed, but you know.
It's actually really funny because we have these TVs at work that basically tell us everything that's going on in the company, and it's got like news outside the company and shit.
I see those in a lot of call centers and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we have a sister site in Sioux Falls. Like, they are our parent site, I guess, and we're the redheaded stepchild. They hate us.
The red-skinned stepchild living.
But that's okay. We hate them too. We'll hate you back. Where it shows, like, every once in a while, it shows the weather for us and them. Yeah. And it is, like, literally half the temperature there. And, like, I think Wednesday or Thursday, their high is 14.
Yeah, we're still, like, daytimes in the 60s. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but their high is 14.
Yeah, that's cold for us.
That sucks.
For them, 60 degrees, I'm in the pool, man.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you suck. Y'all are having like 65 degrees and we're all bundled up in jackets. Like, oh, it's so cold on the drive.
Yes, man, 60 is cold.
Had to turn my heater on.
But
yeah, it's cold. But
it puts us into
really
like hibernation, though.
What really sucks is, especially working in a call center, cold weather means everybody's sick.
Yeah.
Everybody is sick. And little kids, you know, we've got Charlie who's in school, who apparently, I don't know if their school just, like, the kids there, like, lick each other all day long, or...
Yeah, it kind of seems that way.
But last year, it's not so bad this year.
Yeah, we haven't had the problems much this year.
But last year, like every 2 weeks, somebody in his class had strep. And it never failed. He would get it too.
Yeah.
So he had strep like at least once a month.
To the point where we actually invested in that home strep throat.
It's not even the home kit. It's the exact same kit they have at the doctor's office. He told me. I was like, oh yeah, I bought the one on Amazon. He's like, yeah, that's the one that we get. Awesome.
Yeah, like, so we have the actual, like, strep throat lab test kit because he was getting strep so often and we were having to take him to the doctor to get tested so often. And realistically, because when you take a kid to the doctor, it takes so long to get the results back. Mm-hmm. It'll be 3 or 4 days, in which case technically...
no, it tells you instantly, but then they send it out to the lab to...
verify it.
To make sure, like, it's not some weird variation or whatever.
You don't have mutant strep, you have regular strep.
Yeah, so, I mean, our test is the exact same one that they do in the office.
The basic strep test.
The little rapid test, whatever it is. But it makes it so much easier because now if I think he has strep, instead of taking him to the doctor, spending, you know, however long there, potentially having him miss school, plus having to pay for the doctor's visit, I now spent $60 and I have, like, I think it's 25 or 50 tests that I can administer at home, and if it's positive, then I can take him to the doctor. If it's negative, I don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at the doctor's office, they don't care if it's positive or negative. They're going to charge you for that visit.
Yep.
So
you're there.
So now, if it's negative, it's like, okay, you have a cough. Here, drink something and go to sleep. No, that's not ours. Ours is the Areta or Areta. not the McKesson.
But I was like, I'm looking it up so I can get exactly which one it is, but like, so I can
It's
post
a green
it.
box.
It's a green box, but it's a. Da, 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 da.
But yeah, so that was our first super duper smart investment.
Yeah.
Our second one is actually something that I have.
Yeah, it looks like it's about like $50.
Yeah.
So.
That I have actually like recommended to new moms at work because they're getting into the season where they're having that issue too.
Yeah.
You know, babies under a certain age, if they get sick, if they get a cough, if they get a runny nose, you can't give them anything. You can't give babies cough and cold medicine.
You can't. Yeah, you cannot give your like under 2. You can't give your kid like the standard stuff. Baby Tylenol isn't for kids under 2.
Yeah, I mean there are doses that you can give them, but
you have to get that chart. And I think we've talked about this before with our first aid kit. You have to get that chart from your doctor.
Cough and cold medicine, there is nothing, and they even tell you at the doctor's office there is nothing.
There's no cough medicine. Yeah, there's no regular cough medicine. You just have to
let it run its course, unless it's something super bad. Then you take them to the hospital.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna pump them full of. We're gonna give them a shot with something in it.
Yeah,
because we
found this product that is a freaking godsend. It's called Zarbee's, and it's got a little bee, like a little bumblebee, that is formulated to be able to give to infants and all the way up. You know, they even have like adult Zarbee's stuff. Like I think it's like vitamins or whatever.
Yeah, they have like immune stuff and
boosters,
that kind of stuff, like immune boosters and stuff like that.
But they actually have like cough and cold medicine that is for infants.
Yeah. And
the normal Zarbee's that you would give like your 7 or 8 year old is honey.
Yeah. I think it's like because a kid, and then they're like the all natural, like herbal stuff like that.
Right. So when your kid is sick, usually, or when you're sick, if you have a cough, the best thing to take is honey.
Yeah.
Because that helps soothe your throat. It helps relieve the cough.
Honey is antimicrobial and all this kind of stuff.
It's good, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Honey is great. Babies can't have honey.
Under a year old, they can't have honey because,
Zarbee's found a way around that by giving them agave nectar instead of honey.
Which, at least as far as the throat coating and cough relief,
it works beautifully. It works just as well as honey, if you ask me. Yeah. And it's got the little, I don't know if it has a cough suppressant other than the agave, but it also has like other stuff in it to
vitamins
help.
and like anti-inflammatory
and
stuff.
Stuff that you would find in that you would expect out of a typical children's medicine.
Yeah.
But it is safe to administer to infants.
Yeah. It's like natural extracts and herbal things that basically, rather than like a synthetic,
it's not Theraflu.
It's not Theraflu. Rather than like a synthetic chemical that is used for, inflammation or cough suppression or whatever that most medications are made of, they actually use just the natural herbal, plant extracts that basically the fake ones are made from.
But what I love is that you can use it on infants and that we have, and it's worked. And so now whenever a mom at work comes up to me and she's like, oh, my baby's sick. There's not a whole lot I can do because it's just a cough. You have to let it run its course. I'm like, no, actually, let me introduce you to this.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple of moms come back and say, oh my God, I'm so glad that you told me about that. It works so well. And like I said, it goes all the way up. So we have some that we can give to Sam. We've got some that we can give to Charlie.
Yeah.
Right now they're all on the same one.
Yeah, since Sam's over 1 now.
Sam's over 1 now, but...
Well, Sam can't do a regular cough syrup. Like, Charlie and Damien could do a regular... We could give them Robitussin. We can't give that to...
If we had to.
But
the Zarbee's works, like, instantly. Yeah. I gave it to them... Charlie has a cough right now, and I gave it to him Sunday morning, and he didn't cough at all Sunday. Yeah. I mean, late Sunday night he started to, but, I mean, that stuff held all day. One dose.
Yeah.
I was like, this stuff is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
So, and I gave some to Bug just kind of preemptively because he's got bad lungs.
Yeah.
He's got like you get bronchitis all the time, so to speak.
Yeah, he's had issues with kind of just...
He's probably going to grow up and have asthma.
Yeah. I think he said he had like mild asthma flare up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so, that's why we have our nebulizer, which you've used.
I have to, because I do have asthma. I'm pretty sure it's never been diagnosed.
And it's been flaring up really bad this time of year, too. I think when the cooler air is drying out, and so you're getting flare-ups, and I'm getting flared up a little bit.
Yeah. So I have to use our breathing machine. And
because we have a fucking doctor's office, like,
seriously,
of equipment we've acquired over the years between them getting, like, stuff and you getting stuff during pregnancies. We've damn near got a little medical clinic.
We could run our own urgent care.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I just need a strep test. Here, hold on.
Yeah. You
might want to hold his head.
But, I mean, it's better to have all this stuff than to have to rely on, can I get an appointment today? Do we have to go to urgent care? How much is it going to cost?
Kind of makes us sound like really hip, like seriously like hippies. But it's less about us being like even like crazy preppers or anything, and just a matter of we've got a lot of kids who've gotten sick and frequently get each other sick. Oh
yeah, because as soon as Charlie brings it home, it's all downhill.
It's downhill from there.
I mean,
and it's just a matter of which one of us is going to get it last.
Yeah, because thankfully that's how it's always seemed to work, is that we don't get it at the same time.
Yeah.
So one of us is always functional.
Yeah.
Which works out, but
and then I sleep on the couch.
Once it comes home, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, I've even got a picture of Sammy from this time last year when Charlie brought home strep, and we had to give Sammy a breathing treatment because, poor baby, he came down with a fever that his helmet, like, melted.
Yeah.
And burned his skin.
Yeah,
and
he was in his little
orthotic
helmet this time last year, and so, they had him... He got sick from his brother, then it turned into, his fever was causing his helmet he was thinking like cranial swelling and stuff from his fever, and was giving him a rash from his helmet and all that.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
It was so bad. But, I mean, we've had to deal with that, and last year, like I said, I don't know.
Last year was terrible. Everybody was sick all the time.
But I think this year, it has a lot to do, unfortunately, with the teacher, because I know this teacher has said in the past that she makes sure that the kids, at the end of the day, or at least once a week, go through with the Lysol wipes and wipe everything that they can reach.
Yeah.
Last year, teacher did not do that. She had the parents volunteer to do it once a month.
Yeah, that's...
if she remembered.
Mm.
So that's why we had strep every 3 weeks.
Yeah, sure seems like it.
But this year,
I don't think we've had any notices sent home this year of, there's a kid in your child's class that has strep, or a kid in your child's class that has pink eye or chicken pox, or no. I don't think we've gotten any of those notices this year.
Not yet.
We got a lot of them last year.
There were a lot last year. And he is in a Montessori, and right now his class is a mixed class of 1st and 2nd grade. And I believe there's about, I want to say 20 kids in the class.
I don't know.
I want to say there's 20 or more. I think there's
maybe
18.
18, 20, somewhere around there.
Yeah. But there's a lot of kids in one class with one teacher, And I mean, it's not a huge classroom. They don't teach in a gymnasium. No. So, I mean, it is close quarters. It's understandable. Kids are going to get sick. It's what happens.
It's a 2nd grade class, so it's you're going to be in a close space. But.
Yeah. So, I mean, it happens. But thankfully this year it has not happened as much as it did last year. But we are prepared for the fact that it will.
Yeah.
But seriously, guys, cannot recommend Zarbee's enough. Go get some. Yeah. I know Costco the other day, or the other month, I guess, my sister-in-law sent me a message, and she was like, hey, Costco has a 3-pack of Zarbee's for $20. Yeah. Which, I mean, Zarbee's is pretty pricey on its own. It is a little
pricey compared, if you compare it to name brand, cough and cold medicine, it's comparable to those stuff. It's probably a little lower compared to the name brand stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still $8.
Not too bad.
But still. Costco had 3 big bottles for $20.
Yeah.
which is a pretty
you imagine
good deal.
a Costco-sized bottle of cough medicine, so.
Yeah, which is a pretty good deal. So much so that I was very tempted to go get a Costco membership just to get that.
Yeah.
Like, we should really stock up, but we didn't.
Yeah. But as far as I know, it's available at Walmart. Past that, I don't know.
Amazon, I'm sure.
Yeah. Can you buy Medicaid? I don't know if you can actually buy like cough medicine on Amazon, just because things like just think of it, it's like, I know cough medicines get like, and like medicines like, you know, Robitussin, things like this, because they're some of their ingredients are restricted because you can use them to make narcotics and crap.
I wouldn't know. I'm a good person.
Everybody knows that you use Sudafed to make meth. I
wouldn't know. I'm a good person.
That's why you have to go to the pharmacy counter to get Sudafed now.
Never taken Sudafed, so I wouldn't know. I take Theraflu because that shit works.
Oh, yeah.
It burns like hell, but it works.
Yeah. But, yes.
You feel like your throat is melting in the process.
Let's see. Zarbee's. Not Zarvie. I'm going to look it up. Zarbee's. In health and household. Hey, you can, in fact, buy Zarbee's on Amazon.
Well, there you have it, folks.
And depending on the size, they run about between $5 and $8, depending on the size. And some of them have like immune support. You know, they have the baby stuff that's the agave nectar. They have the children's that is honey. They have nighttime versions with, I think it's lavender to help them sleep. Lavender and chamomile and all those fun. They have chewy vitamins. Yeah, they've got more Zarbee's crap here than I realized. Damn.
Yeah, there's a lot of Zarbee's stuff.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Elderberry immune support. I read elder immune support. I was like, they've got old people stuff? What the crap?
Well,
Elderberry.
That's probably who it's for. That's why it's called the Elderberry. Get it? Because it's for the older people? That's funny.
I hope we don't have any old people that listen to this.
I hope we do. And I hope they have a sense of humor. If not, are they fuck off.
They aren't listening anymore. You just told them to fuck off.
If they don't have a sense of humor, what are they doing here? And why do old people need a parenting show? You've already you're
exactly
done.
My point. Like, what are they going to learn from us? I mean, we're kind of funny, but
we're supposed to be learning from y'all. Email us if you can figure out email. You open it and then you press new. Sorry.
I'm really hoping we don't have any people that are too old. Then again, this is a podcast. If they've managed to listen to us, they have to at least be somewhat tech literate. Or their kids signed them up and just said, here, Mom, listen to this.
Listen to this.
I know my parents couldn't figure it out if my brother didn't talk them through it. So
yeah, that's kind of.
And again, my parents are old, so
my parents, they're so excited, and I'm so excited for them. They're gonna get Wi-Fi out at their house.
Oh wow!
We're gonna have internet.
They're moving on up, y'all.
We're getting real fancy. So yeah,
to be fair, they don't actually have internet at that house, do they?
No.
They don't have at this point. They don't actually have internet until they're gonna actually have a hard line run out to the house and then have Wi-Fi or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a hard line, and then I told her, you need to get a router, and that's gonna send a signal throughout the whole house, and you got to get a good router because you got a big house, so it's gonna send a signal through the whole house for all of you to connect wirelessly.
Yeah.
To
be fair, chances are that house is so old it probably has lead paint. No matter where the router is, it's not gonna.
It's not that old. Jeez.
They're gonna put the Wi-Fi router in there. It's just gonna keep beaming inside the room because the signal can't penetrate the walls.
You're horrible. The house isn't that old.
Sorry, Carolyn. She actually listens to the show, doesn't she?
No.
Okay.
I don't think she
Never
does.
mind then. I'll take back that sorry.
Alright, then screw it.
Screw it. She doesn't listen.
I think Bridget and Chris do, or at least Bridget might. I don't know. Who cares?
I know your brother and sister don't care. They're like, Dad, do we have lead paint in the house? That would sure explain Chris.
Aww, leave Zipper alone. He's not special. He's just stupid.
You're the one who just said you think they might listen.
I don't care if they do. I don't. They're my brother and sister. I don't care.
I've got a lot more of those. I can roll the dice and still probably have better odds of one of my siblings listening.
Yeah.
Literally, because there's 6 of them, I could actually roll a die.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, I mean, it's good to have the stuff that we have on hand for when kids get sick. And what's really funny is my little brother has asthma really bad, like to the point where when he was a kid, he actually had to sleep with the breathing machine on.
Like a nebulizer for like like a CPAP machine?
Yeah. Well, not like a CPAP, but it was the nebulizer. He actually had to sleep with that on.
Jeez.
Because he couldn't breathe. And so now he still gets bad sometimes, but my stepmom also has really bad asthma.
Yeah.
So anytime they have like extra albuterol, they send it to us. Which I don't know if that's legal, but...
I don't know how they have extra if they have such a problem.
Because they get a shitload. I mean, you saw how much we got with Bug when...
Yeah, true.
It was like a pack of 100.
Yeah. Because they expected you to use it like 4 times a day, like every day. I was like, when am I going to have time to not be on this machine?
Pretty much. Which is why my little brother slept with it on.
Yeah.
Because it was just,
Which is what they recommended for...
Bug.
For Bug
and for Sam. Was just lay it next to them when they were asleep.
Yeah, it's like, I'll put him in his crib and just kind of leave the mask. He'll breathe in enough of it.
Yeah.
Especially for for a baby. I was like, he doesn't need this whole dosage. So if he's not getting most of it, he's still going to get enough to have an effect.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we have a prescription for Bug. And then we've got my parents sending me all of their extra. So
which kind of helps for your case. And if any of the other boys have like a big coughing fit and need the help.
Yeah. So, it's good. It's good to have all this stuff around, because everybody gets really
And because
sick.
of my bronchitis thing, I have an inhaler, and we have one of those little, like, breather tube apparatus, big word, that helps with, like, the little kid, with the boys, so if they need...
it's like an inhaler attachment, so if they need a shot off the inhaler, you hook it up to this tube, you do the thing, and then they can just breathe it in like normal, instead of having to take the big hit.
Yeah. Because I can do the big hit off an inhaler. I know you can't. You've got to sit there with the mask and all that. So.
But, I mean, it's good to have.
Yeah.
We like it. It works.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff.
Very helpful.
Another thing that we like that works, that is also winter related, is our Christmas shopping list, which I have finally completed.
Yes.
Hooray. Just need to actually...
the weather outside is frightful.
It's not so bad.
It's frightful. It's cold. Cold is frightful.
Outside is actually pretty decent.
That's not
we
how
don't have a fire inside this house, though. And if we did, it'd be Damien's fault. Where's the salt? Where's the salt? Where's the salt? I don't know.
Yeah, I had no clue where you were going with that. I was like, nope, I'm just going to
turn this into like a supernatural thing. I don't know.
I was like, I have no clue where you're going with this. I'm just going to let it play out.
You left me hanging. No, so we finished the Christmas list and the Christmas shopping. I just have to, like, hit order on the order.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's one thing that we need to add, and then hit order. But I like the way that we do it for the boys, because we do have 4 kids, and that can get a bit expensive when you're thinking about Christmas shit. But I found this thing a couple years ago that said the best, like, I thought it was just the absolute
best
be-all, end-all of Christmas ideas. And it rhymes, so you can remember it.
And there's a list, so you love it.
Yeah, I love lists. So it's one thing they want, one thing they need, something to wear, and something to read.
Yeah.
Which, for kids in our age ranges, or any age ranges, really, that's a pretty good list.
It's a good idea in general.
Yeah.
And
you don't need a whole lot of shitty little gifts on Christmas.
Yeah.
You can get 4 really good gifts, and everybody's happy.
And be meaningful about it.
Yeah. And if each kid gets the same amount, then...
No fighting.
No fighting. And if you start it early, you don't end up with the, 36. Last year I had 37.
You had to go to Harry Potter, didn't you? You just had to go there, didn't you? To be fair,
when do I not?
Honestly, less than I do, but, just not here. But, yeah, it's been kind of our saving grace because all you have to do, in our case, add a kid, add a slot.
Yeah.
Same principle, rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
And you probably recycle a list from a previous kid when you're coming up with the next one.
Pretty much. And I like it because the list gives you permission to buy them something they need, like underwear or socks.
Yeah.
Or a pillow.
Yeah.
If it's, or, bed sheets, whatever. It allows you to get them something practical.
Mm-hmm.
Which people don't realize that's still a present,
Yeah.
I mean, kids might not think it's super great, but again, if you do it early enough, and they, this is part of your presents, and you get just as excited about it as they do, then it's a present, and yay, I got new socks.
Hey, I got new pajamas.
Yeah.
And hey, you threw some socks in with the pajamas, and
yeah.
Because, it was kind of the old gag. I was like, every year, you got socks and underwear. Every year for Christmas, we got socks and underwear. And they even, it was part of a Christmas song they did on the Tiny Toons Christmas special way back in the day. And all I got for Christmas was socks and underpants.
Oh, and my songs are horrible?
If you saw the whole thing, it was part of this big, Christmas medley thing, and they were singing how great...
Medley, not medley.
This whole big Christmas thing they did with all the characters on Tiny Toons.
Never watched it.
Yeah, I know, because you had a deprived childhood.
Oh my god.
But they did this whole thing, and it was just funny. But that line always stuck out to Mom, and Mom still to this day uses that line because every year she would still buy us socks and underwear at Christmas time. But we'd usually got new pajamas or a robe and stuff like that. And so it's we always got practical clothing items. Or just or you go to a Christmas store, you got bunny pajamas. Mom never gave us bunny pajamas. There was a year where Mom actually went
There was a
year, probably, I'd have to do the math. It was 5 or 6 years ago because I'd have to do the math. No, I take it back. That was almost 10 years ago. But Mom actually, I'm old, shut up. Mom actually made pajamas for everybody.
Yes, I know.
Yes. Made pajamas for everybody.
You still have yours?
No, I do not have those anymore.
Oh.
Those finally died.
You, until recently, have had those for quite a while.
Yes.
But I think it's fine to get practical gifts. For us, you and I usually get, our presents to us.
Yeah, we've gotten...
We don't really
pots and pans.
We don't really give presents to each other.
No.
But we do presents to us, our gift to us.
Yeah.
And it's usually something practical, like a new set of pots and pans or dishes or whatever, you know. So it's usually practical, which is fine because it's, we're adults. And
we're adults and we're practical. And we generally are those kind of people where we don't feel comfortable spending money on ourselves for luxuries.
Yeah, we don't really have a lot of cushy, I don't know.
As much as we'd like to have cushy.
Couch.
Yeah. You will splurge on having a comfy couch, which is fair.
I love my couch.
But
it's so pretty.
Our big leather sectional that you just had to have.
I had to.
But, other than that, I mean, we really don't, and it's just because we are financially conscious. We don't go and splurge on stuff unless we know we are financially set for quite a while, that this is not going to come back and bite us anytime soon.
Which has never happened. We've never been in that financial position, so.
Yeah, we have not been there yet. We all.
Yeah, someday.
But we we really need new dishes because our dishes all suck. So we splurge and got dishes for Christmas.
So when I was single, I had this really nice set of dishes. When you were single, you had a set of dishes.
I had a nice set of dishes. I just happened to...
Mine were nicer.
Yeah. You lived, for the most part, by yourself. I lived with my brother and a roommate, and at one point, there were 5 of us.
Roommates. That's where I got my stuff from.
But at one point, there were 5 of us living in that house.
Mm-hmm.
And no, that was in my apartment. There were actually.
But anyway, long story short, we had mismatched.
I broke stuff, and you had You had most of it, but
we had mismatched stuff because you had your set, I had my set. It didn't match, so we went and got the big 16 serving,
Yeah.
whatever, of the nice matching set.
Yeah, we got the massive, in case we have to entertain the entire family, set of dishes. Yeah.
So, it's practical, but whatever. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. They're nice.
But the kids, like, they really like the gift system that we do.
Yeah.
And I mean, it works out in their favor.
Yeah.
Because they do get something that they want. Mm-hmm. We get to give them something that they actually need.
Yep.
We get them something that they read, which, every kid needs to be reading.
They like books. They do. They really do like reading, so. And
then, there's the something to wear, which that can be your practical or, socks and underwear, whatever.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you need new jeans. Oh, you know.
So, I mean, I don't know. It works out. Try it for yourself and see what happens.
If anything, it just makes it, when you don't know what to get your kids,
it's a good rule.
It's a good starter of things. Like if you can think of categories. Categories are really good for just anything, really. If you can think of things in terms of categories, it helps to at least get your thoughts organized. Yeah. Because even if you don't stick with the categories, it helps you organize your thoughts to where you can figure out. Because I know when I'm trying to do something, I'm trying to think of something, then all of these, you start getting, your thoughts get jumbled because you got to get things straight. So if you can categorize.
It must be really hard for you.
Rude.
Love you.
So you say. But yeah, it's like sometimes you just have to kind of get your thoughts together. And so just having the list as a guideline to kind of collect your thoughts, even if you don't necessarily go by it at the end, it at least is something to give you ideas to think about.
Right. Which, I mean, helps.
It helps.
It helps. But when you've got 4 kids, like I said, it gets expensive.
Yeah.
And, thankfully we do have grandparents and aunts and uncles that always want to pitch in and get stuff too. So that's been where, like, the big gifts come from. Like, this year we're getting one big thing for all of them to share.
Yeah.
That's super exciting. I can't wait because I might actually play with it too.
Or it was a few years ago. It was at Christmas time when we got the ship, wasn't it?
The bed. Yeah. It's a big pirate ship. And when I say big, I mean, like, it takes up the whole room.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I never had a cool bed as a kid, and I always wanted, like, the waterbed race car. Because I like waterbeds. I think they're fucking amazing. Oh. And, no, they're amazing. Oh my god. It's like sleeping on a cloud. But it floats.
It's like sleeping on a bag of water.
Yeah.
It's like sleeping on a water balloon.
It's so comfortable. It's hard as hell to get out of. Like, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
like, you can't even, like, roll out of a waterbed because you roll to the edge and you sink between the bag and the frame. I've gotten stuck on my share of waterbeds back in the day.
Oh Lord, we don't need to hear. But I always wanted one of those, like, waterbed race car beds. And my parents would never get me one.
No, because those things cost a damn fortune.
Yeah. But I thought they were cool. So the boys have... it was Charlie's bed first. We saw it in the store. We were like, oh, got it. We have to.
Yeah, especially because that was, like, around the time Jake and the Neverland Pirates started. And you were just huge, like, pirate theme going on at the time.
Yeah, and I mean, it's got, like, the main mast with the sail attached.
And the crow's nest up top.
Nest, and it's got, like, the steering wheel with a cannon on it. And, I mean, it's
got, like, a toy chest at the front, and it's got, like, bookshelves and the headboard lights and all this. Loved it.
Oh, my God. That thing is amazing. So worth the money that we
spent. So worth the money, yeah.
So worth it. But we had grandparents pitch in and help us out to get it, because it was freaking expensive.
Yeah.
But now it skipped Damien, but Damien's okay with it because he got a big bed anyway.
Yeah.
So now it's Bug's bed, and Bug loves it.
Oh yeah.
That is a very well loved bed.
Yes, they've all very much grown. Like, even, like, Damien, I don't think he's really minded not having his turn with it, because even when he hasn't had it,
it was still in his room.
It was still in his room. He still got to play with the pirate ship, and even now. It's like Bug's room is next door. They still play on the pirate ship.
Yeah.
So he's not missing anything.
No.
He just missed it being his bed to sleep in, but they still play in it, so that didn't matter.
Yeah. But, as with most kids, if you get one something, you have to get everybody something.
Yeah.
So when we decided to hand the ship down to Bug, it then became, okay, well, then Charlie's going to get a twin mattress.
He's going to get a full-size big kid bed.
Yeah, and it was like, well, if we get one for Charlie, we're going to have to get one for Damien, because otherwise he's going to get pissed.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
Yep. So the big boys have big beds now.
Yep. Which they will have until they're like 20 and are kicked out of my house.
Like, you can take this shot-ass mattress if you want, or you can be an adult and buy a mattress.
Or you can go get a job and get your own, damn it.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yep. Not that we're kicking him out at 20, because you sure as shit better have a job before then, damn it.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm sorry. I had a job at 16. The end. Small break, but haven't stopped since then.
I know it was junior year that I got a job. I don't know how old I was.
Jeez.
16 or 17.
Well, I guess it was the summer before my junior year that I got a job, so.
Well, you have to remember, junior year is when I moved back in with my dad.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of when I, had to face the real world.
Yep. But, yeah.
But yeah. I like this time of year. I mean, it's fun to get them stuff and get ourselves stuff.
Yeah.
Now, we don't do Christmas.
No.
Just because that's not
our thing.
That's not our thing. So, which is kind of awkward trying to explain to the boys, but I think Charlie, for the most part, gets it.
Yeah.
And he likes that we do something different and he gets to explain to his friends like what we do and tell the class like what we do and why, and he actually thinks that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because he gets to be different, but I mean it does get awkward.
Yeah. When they ask you what are you doing for Christmas and you have to explain that you don't celebrate Christmas.
Yeah. Or like when we open presents, because we do it on like the 21st or 22nd. We post all the pictures on Facebook, and I get the crap from my family. It's not Christmas yet. You have to wait. Well, we don't do Christmas, so shut up.
Yeah. It's like, why'd you already open the presents? Like, because we don't do Christmas. Which was slightly awkward when my sister was living with us over Christmas, because she did Christmas with her. It's like she did Christmas with her kids. So then the boys felt a little left out. So we got them some little things that they could open on Christmas, so they didn't feel left out with their cousins opening stuff.
Yeah,
but exceptions.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it works, especially now that Charlie's getting older and he can actually understand.
Yeah.
So that's the cool part.
Yeah.
And that he's okay with it and that he likes it.
Yeah.
So
doesn't keep them from singing Feliz Navidad in the car.
No, he sings Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. And he says it so white.
Yeah.
I can't even say it as white as he says it.
Yeah.
We're just like, honey, please.
Yeah, I know.
For the love, please stop.
Blame K-Easy. I'm going to say it.
I mean, I get that they play it all the time, but he says it so white.
I know.
I mean, my poor little blonde hair, blue-eyed baby, he doesn't have a choice, but...
I know. You're only a quarter Mexican, and that quarter does not know Spanish.
That quarter does not know anything.
Yep. That quarter is not buying you anything anymore.
But it's funny.
So, any last final thoughts on our any last words? Help. Any since we haven't done it in a while.
Sure, here I will share a bit of wisdom from my father.
It's like we haven't done any WTF moments or things like that lately.
No, this is a wisdom from the my dad.
Wisdom from the old gray.
Well, I was going for something like, words of wisdom from elder generations and...
Not coming from your dad, no.
It's my dad. So my dad says, it just doesn't feel like Christmas unless you get to open up a big credit card bill in January.
Yep.
Treat.
That's it. We've been opening those for a while, so...
Yeah, we've had quite a few of those. Yes, I do actually have a what the fuck moment. And a shit I shouldn't have to say in this house.
We've had a lot of those. We just haven't been kind of keeping track of them lately.
Oh, I send them to my dad all the time.
Oh.
So this one is courtesy of Bug.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a lot of Bug moments before, but he's getting to that. He's much more articulate now.
He's fucking weird now.
Yeah.
Like, he's just weird.
He just says weird. He's getting very silly.
It's just weird.
Yeah, he's getting more. His silliness is getting into the very weird department.
Like, what was it that I told him when we were eating dinner? Oh, because he said that dinner was delicious.
It was delicious.
Delicious. And so I told him that he was delicious, and he said, "Yep."
Yep.
I'm like, oh, okay.
He's constantly arguing with you, and
well, usually he gives me the "you're delicious." You know, he does the "no, you. I know you are, but what am I?"
Yeah.
That's usually his comeback, but no, it was. Yep.
He is. That's the thing is, our boys are smart. And they are, you cannot put shit past them. So, it's like, if you try and trick them into saying something nice to you, it's just like, yep.
Yeah. No, so this, what the fuck, and shit I shouldn't have to say, courtesy of Bug.
Uh-oh.
Quit chewing on the lamp.
Yeah, that sounds like Bug.
He was chewing on the floor lamp. That one.
Uh-huh.
Like standing on the kitchen chair, head turned sideways, chewing on the pole. It's your son.
See,
I swear I feed them. Like, I don't know why they do this shit to me.
Yeah, well, no, you don't. I feed them. I make sure they've had all 3 meals before you come home from school, work.
Aw, here's another. This one was really sad.
Oh.
So our boys had to get fillings.
Yeah.
And, they gave them the laughing gas, which doesn't really do a whole lot. It numbs the pain, but it's not like super trippy. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Maybe it is on a 4-year-old.
Maybe it is on a 4-year-old. But poor Damien, when we were trying to eat dinner that night, he goes, "Daddy, I can't eat. My lip is falling down." He's like trying to push his lip back up.
I remember that.
My lip is falling down. I felt so bad.
I remember, I felt so bad when he came back from the office because I had to send Charlie and Damien both back pretty much with the nurses, with the doctors, because I still had Sam and Bug, so I'm out front with Sam and Bug, keeping them entertained.
Yeah.
And then the fact that they pulled them back separately.
Which pisses me off, because they told me they were going to go back together.
Yeah. They were swamped, but they went back separately. So I'm sitting and Damien comes out, and he's just kind of chill,
which is rare.
Which is really rare. It was he was bouncing off the walls, and he comes out, and he's like, "Hi, Daddy." He's just really mellow.
Poor baby.
And he's got all the gauze and the cotton stuck in his cheeks, and he's all. He's like, "You want to play?" "Yeah, I'm going to play."
Trying to eat dinner. He's pushing his mouth up. "I can't eat. My lip is falling down."
Yeah.
Poor baby.
And I felt, and they were they warn you. It's "Hey, be careful what you give them because they'll bite their cheek." And it's I was like, "How do you feel, buddy?" Does your face feel funny? "No, I'm fine." And later on, it's an hour later, my lip is falling down.
And
I know that feeling.
It was droopy on one side.
I know. I remember that feeling because I've had a lot of teeth pulled and all that. I remember that your face is you feel like your face is falling down, and you can't feel your face to realize that you're.
I didn't think they did all of that for fillings. I've only ever had fillings once, and it was when.
Yeah, no, they have to actually numb your whole cheek.
So I don't remember everything that goes into it, apparently, because I didn't realize that they had to drill anything. Because Charlie ended up with a burn on his lip. Yeah,
he got a little drill burn.
And I was like, "What the hell? I didn't even know they used a drill for filling."
Well, yeah, because they've got to cut out all of the bad stuff.
I've had good teeth.
Mm-hmm. The last time you had a cavity, they just ripped the whole thing out. So
no, I told them to. They wanted to do a root canal, and I said, "Absolutely
not." Oh yeah,
not.
Fuck that! No, rip the goddamn thing out.
I don't need it.
Root canal? Nah, take it out. Cut it out. No, we can really just take it out. Take it.
See, but that's my response to anything. I burned my arm. Oh no, we have to cut it off.
Yeah. Yep. It's like, this arm's no good anymore.
Yeah. I stubbed my toe. Well, there goes that foot.
Yep. Not even that toe. That whole foot. Nah.
Whole foot. It's gotta go.
It's all gotta go. That's a contaminated foot now. You can't have 4 toes. No, get rid of the whole thing.
I mean, I've got another one. I'll be fine.
Hell of a winter show, isn't it?
Right. Well, burning. It goes along with it, right? Fire. Cold outside.
It's not that cold yet.
Weather outside is frightful. My
And the
arm
fire.
doesn't feel so delightful.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway. My ice cream is melted now.
I'm surprised you didn't finish it before. But you're gonna try now.
Mm-hmm.
So, any last words since we?
I've got ice cream.
Yeah, because I don't have the final thoughts of the week, dear. That's always on you. It's your show, mostly.
What?
I think her final thought is ice cream is good. It doesn't matter if it's cold outside. You can always eat ice cream. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get more pies going.
Fucking pumpkins.
Yeah.
Okay.
We still got pumpkins to break down. We still got bazillions of pies to make.
Break down.
Really?
That's all I know.
Yeah, the thing is that I can't remember who does that song. I think it's Tom Petty.
Me.
No.
Your mom.
No. Honestly, I don't know if my mom can sing. I haven't heard my mom sing in forever, if she did. So.
I sing all the time.
Yeah, I know. It'd help if you knew the words.
I do know the words.
The right words.
You know that one? Take me down to the very last city. Where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Very last city.
Very last city. Isn't that one about the pet shark or the... Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shark's best man?
Shark's best man.
Every girl's crazy about a shark's best man?
Yeah. Dad.
30 Thieves, Bumblebees?
What the fuck's a bumblebee?
Bumblebee.
It's like you took a bad lyric and made it even worse.
Is that AC/DC? 30 Thieves, Bumblebees. That's not how that goes?
Is this song about stealing honey? All right.
Keep going.
I know you could. That's what's so bad about it. It's like you legitimately think these are the lyrics. When I mess them up, I do it on purpose. Like my brother and I just parodied songs for kicks, but leave my brother to come up with lyrics, and things just started getting anti-Semitic. Too many words rhyme with Jew. I'm sorry. Anyway, I guess we're going to wrap it up there before we say anything. No, I think we've probably hit offensive pretty well tonight, but
Meh.
Nah.
Don't care.
Yeah. All right.
This is me not giving a fuck. Hey.
So, until next week, you can... We need to set up a Twitter for this show. We do. So it's not all going to me.
Nah.
Yeah, I know, because you're not going to watch it, and I've got my hands full on my show.
I don't do Twitter. I don't even know if I have it. I think I have a Twitter. It's
Somewhere
like
you have a
super
Twitter.
old.
I know you had it one time. But, until we miraculously decide to set up a Twitter for this show, you can... Yeah. You can always check in with us on Facebook at Mom and Dad Cuss, or at momanddadcuss.blogspot.com. Or if you don't feel like going there, you can always just email us your comments, of course, at momanddadcuss@gmail.com.
Remember, you have to open up your email, click New or Compose, depending on what server you use, and then you type. And you hit send.
I think we already chased off the old people.
Oh, okay. Good. I mean, darn.
But until next week, I'm Adam.
I'm ReAnna.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.